I'm building a black walnut desk. It's all planed right now, as you can see. You can see some markings on here because I have the rows distinguished as well as the location and the rows for each piece of wood. I laid this out ahead of time just to kind of wanted to basically make sure, like brickwork, that you don't have any seams that are lining up. Yeah, so you can see here what the board looks like. It's really beautiful. First step is to remove the existing table insert. So this is what it looks like inside the saw. So I'm going to go ahead and first remove the driving blade, and then after that I'm going to go ahead and vacuum this up. So for a dado blade set, you have two outside blades that cut the edges, define the edges. And then you have a series of blades on the inside that are called the choppers. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take a series of these shims. We're going to put a shim in here, and then we'll put one chopper on. Then we'll take another spacer. Another one that's here. One more spacer. One more spacer, one more chopper blade, okay. All right, so next step, we're going to go ahead and mount these on the saw spindle. The chopper blade on here, first one. Second spacer. Another chopper. Okay, I'm going to see if I can get one more chopper blade on here. This should give us maybe about 5/8 of width. The outside cutter on. So I'm going to go with 3 chopper blades. Seems like that works out a little bit better. For some reason, the 4th chopper didn't fit in here really well on the spindle. This still is going to give me like a 1/2 inch of width, which is more than enough. So there's 24 teeth on the outside cutters, and since there's 2 cutters on each of the chopper blades, I'm going to space them at exactly 4 teeth, just so that I have the best balance possible. So to use the dado, I need to make a special safety plate. So I'm going to mount this onto the saw. This is a standard saw stop safety, and you can buy these actually at Home Depot. And as you'll see, I'm going to slowly raise, well, I'm going to first lower it, then slowly raise the saw into this, and it's going to form a pocket that fits to the saw. So I have my dado set up in my table saw. This is for doing the overlap joints on the walnut that you have seen. And you can see that I have a sacrificial piece of wood here. The reason for this is that it allows me to cut right to the edge. So you can see that the part of the saw is countersunk into the sacrificial piece. I also have a pusher piece or support piece. So the work piece is going to support the work piece as such. And what this does, this edge right here prevents blowout or tear out on the back side as the saw is coming through. So one question a lot of people ask, why using a dado? Why not use like a router? You can use a router. I guess I prefer to use this setup. It's new to me. I just bought it. I think $65 for the dado, and then another $120. I had to buy another safety cartridge for the saw stop. The reason why is I think it's easier to use, it's faster. I have a setup to where that it's, basically just you load the piece in there and you move it forward, and I'll show you in just a minute. The router tends to be a little bit, it tends to kick, it tends to move a little bit. I have a really big router. It's like, I think it's like a horse and a half. It's a little, it's definitely, it's a big toy. So yeah, so that's really about it. Also with a router, I think you tend to get even more tear out of wood. So you're going to get a better quality cut with the dado also. So one other fine detail is I'm going to cut the end of the wood. So it has a exact edge. So I have the chop saw set up, and I had to actually just adjust the angle, maybe just a fraction of a degree to make it exact, so that when I butt these pieces together, that they're all perfectly in a line. The other reason for doing this too is I want to have the tear out. You can see this cut right here. You can see a small irregularity, or the wood that is torn out in this area. I want to have that tear out on the side that's going to be taken away by the dado blade. So just some small things. I want to have the surface top of the table be perfect. So just prep work, doing these small things makes a big difference. So all I'm talking about is just taking away a very small amount of wood here. As you can see here, the edge that we're going to be taking away with the dado, here's the rough edge. Not going to matter because it's going to be gone, and then that's the clean edge. Well, that's a wrap. If you love these videos, please hit the like button and subscribe.